is they should either read or watch the movie. I think the movie's called The Spook Who Sat by the Door. And this is always my answer to this, because I think that we would be remiss if we expected everybody to become an activist or everybody to become a community leader. If we're really thinking about the kind of restructuring that we're talking about in civil society to deal with the issue of anti-blackness, then what we're going to have to do is attack civil society from all of its levels, all of its spaces, which means we need them to go out and be in the lobbyist organizations, in this law school, or in this law firm. We need you to be in corporate America. We need all of these people all over the place. But the spook who sat by the door should be how we teach them how to interact in those spaces. So yes, go be successful, go play the game, go pretend to assimilate, go perform yourself in particular ways for success. But what your goal is to create new avenues to open up for other people just like you. You should be reaching back and slingshotting others forward, right? They should be doing better than you ever did. That's the goal. So it's not, I don't worry about these students being completely snowed. I think that the staff member that you talked about is talking about a particular generation of this development of what we see right now. But we've gotten to the point where even the kind of training and discussions we're having with students, they are not interested in this sort of let me go play this game and pretend that I'm not black and that these issues don't matter. They are unflinching, right? And that's a particular strategy of this generation itself. They are just unflinching, right? They just are not going to take no for an answer. You're not going to say, no, you can't have your freedom. This is the generation of we will take it. And so given that we're in this generation, understanding the context means that these students aren't just going to be easily, trapped into jobs that prevent them from doing what they think is right. They may very well have to go play that game in corporate America or in legal America in order to get that kind of success. But they're also going to be back here in their churches, or they're going to become in the ECLI. How do you think we're going to fund the camp 30 years from now? We're going to fund it out of that money, right? They're going to do those things, and they're going to keep this process going. They're going to train their children, right, to be young radicals, even though they can't be radical at work. So I am not willing to prescribe to the students how they should interact or what they should be doing, because I want them all to sort of follow their path. But a part of following their path is making sure that they're reaching back and bringing others along on that path, but also making sure that that path has offshoots, so that there are new avenues, new roads, new ways for our students to find not just success for themselves, but success for us as a community. And by community, we mean all people of color, all oppressed peoples in the world. That's what's special, I think, about what we are creating in debate. And who knew 15 years ago, when I was a high school student, that anything like this would have ever developed? It's just almost been serendipitous. A lot of this has just happened, right? And it's not that anyone planned anything in particular. It's just that we came together, started working together, started thinking, and started building. And I think that that's something I heard a staff member say today, which I found amazing, which is, the debate community gives everybody hammers, because our words, right, are these hammers in which we're trying to sort of whack the world into place in the way that we want. And the staff member said, it's like traditional debaters use those hammers against one another, so they're beating each other with those hammers. But what we're doing is building with those hammers together, and that, I think, is what makes us distinctly different from what happens at other debate camps, but even more broadly than that, what happens with other nonprofit programs, other efforts at education within school systems. Why is it that our students are streamlined to go straight to college and through to graduate school? How is it that there are kids who came out of the Atlanta UDL, who are coming out of the Kansas City Urban Debate League, who are coming out of these various urban debate leagues, are becoming successful in college, going on to be things like graduate assistants at Wake Forest in communications, or a PhD coming out of the University of Maryland, and new debate directors everywhere? The reason that's happening is because we're building together. So now we're at the point that we can plan, because we can see the road, we can see the path. We've solidified a space for ourselves, so now it's not just about survival, right? Before it was like, how do we survive in a debate space, right, that's clearly not made for us. Now we've said we don't have to survive in your space because we are creating space within your space for ourselves. So we've learned to survive. Now we're thinking, how do we thrive? That's the next step, and that's what these students are learning. That's what ECLI is. It's our first plan. It's that first step in. We're not just surviving, we're thriving.
Beautiful.